Neutron. Welcome to my lab.
This is amazing! He's a giant block of cheese!
Timmy, SpongeBob is a sponge from a place called Bikini Bottom.
Oh.
You know, when Nickelodeon launched the Nicktoons back in 1991, the concept actually had potential. The regression of animation during the 1980s had left cartoons on life support, and to their credit, Nickelodeon came along with what they thought was a new idea. Creator-driven cartoons, or cartoons created by actual cartoonists. This outrageous idea spawned the very first Nicktoons, a batch of original cartoons which ranged from groundbreaking to average. But at least they were a refreshing change of pace from the cartoon doldrums of the 1980s. But times have changed since then. These days, with one spongy exception, the Nicktoons concept has devolved into everything it was formed in opposition to. Poor cartoons. And the only thing worse than poor cartoons are poor video games based on poor cartoons. As you can probably tell, chatting about cartoons gets me pretty fired up. If we ever meet, buy me a beer and bring up old Hanna-Barbera shows. We'll be best friends forever. Bring up Nicktoons Unite, however, and I start a bar fight. It'll be me, Powdered Toast Man, and Magilla Gorilla against you, Danny Phantom, and Jimmy Neutron. I'll grab the nearest bar stool, and I'll also take our chances. Obviously, there really isn't much to say about Nicktoons Unite. You probably couldn't already discern simply by looking at it. It's another three-dimensional beat-em-up designed around licensed product and for little kids. Hence, Nicktoons Unite is virtually indistinguishable from the scores of similar games on the market. Run through the levels, beat up listless enemies, do a little basic platforming, and get super pumped about controlling your favorite Nicktoons characters. Provided, that is, your favorite Nicktoons characters were created in the last decade. You play as SpongeBob SquarePants, Danny Phantom, Timmy Turner, and Jimmy Neutron. And as is par for the course, you can switch between them while you're playing. They each have unique abilities valuable for opening new routes and defeating bosses and... I mean, you get the idea, right? If this stuff is new to you, congratulations, you've successfully avoided crappy kids' games and therefore the indoctrination of their identical mechanics. Now, here's the mandatory disclaimer. If you have kids and they beg you for a used copy of Nicktoons Unite, you can buy it with confidence. The game is sure to please fans of the shows upon which it's based, and like so many of these games, Nicktoons Unite is best enjoyed together by kids and parents. It's inoffensive, it's easy to play, and it's generally bland enough for mainstream consumption. But you know, I gotta tell you, what drives me crazy about games like this is how little thought seems to go into them. I mean, you could put these characters into a pretty decent game. Why not design a 2D platformer with hand-drawn graphics like the cartoons? Why not put them into a Smash Brothers clone that celebrates the Nicktoons? I guess what I'm asking is, why do kids' games all have to be the same game? I mean, to me, these games are like oatmeal. There may be different flavors. There's strawberry, there's cinnamon, there's even one with tiny little dinosaur eggs. But behind all the flash and circumstance, they're all just oatmeal. Still, if you determine a video game's quality based not on things like originality, controls, or graphics, but how quiet it keeps little Johnny, Nicktoons Unite is an adequate bowl of interactive oatmeal.